This video will serve as a short tutorial to perform some basic functions using Microsoft Excel. I will use this set of data to compute grades using anonymous class results. The first set of values represents homework scores for the semester. To total homework scores, left-click on all the values of the row you wish to sum. Click on the Auto Sum feature and the sum should appear to the right of the highlighted values. If I click on the summed value, you will see the formula appear in the formula bar at the top. I am summing values from entry C3 to L3. Okay. To copy this formula to other cells, simply highlight the black box in the lower right corner and drag it down to all the cells you would like to sum. As you can see, this formula has been copied to all of the values in that row. I'm going to use the same procedure in the next block of values, which represent test. Highlight the values in the row that you wish to be summed. Click on Auto Sum. The sum appears to the right of the highlighted cells. Copy the formula down to all the additional rows. Okay. The final average only has one value, but I'm going to use the homework total, the test total, and the final average to compute a weighted average. To do that for the first row, I'm going to click on the empty cell indicating final average. In this formula, homework represents 10% of the grade, test 60%, the final 30%. Typing equals indicates to Microsoft Excel that a formula will be entered. I could then click on the value that I want to use in the calculation. I'm going to use the cell M3, and since that's 10% of the grade, the total is 250 points, so I'm going to multiply by the fraction 10 divided by 250. I'm going to add to that this homework, the test total. In this case, it's 700 is listed. There's actually 8 tests, but for demonstration purposes, I'll just use 700 because I would usually be dropping a test. I'm going to multiply that by 60 divided by 700. And then finally, I'm going to add to that the final exam score, multiplying that by 30 divided by 100. Once I hit enter, the calculation has been computed. Now if I want to copy that formula to the rest of the cells, I will again click the lower right hand corner and drag it to the additional cells. Okay. Now I can also have the option of sorting this data in ascending or descending order. To do this, I must highlight the entire two-dimensional array. So I'm going to highlight all the values, and I'm going to go to the sort and filter feature, which will sort the first highlighted row. So I'm going to go from largest to smallest. Okay. Looking at the distribution, of course, there are grades larger than 100 because I, actually did not drop a grade, but you can see the grades listed in descending order, and we have our distribution. We could assign letter grades accordingly. This concludes the short video on Microsoft Excel.